Hello.
Okay, welcome everyone. In spite of the fact that it said something about sponsors in our meeting, the subject of the meeting, you have all called in to a conversation that we're having about the 2019 Georgetown ITL Network Conference. And welcome everyone. It's great to have you all here with us. I'm hoping that we can answer everyone's questions, and if I don't know the answers, I will do my very best to get them for you. I'm actually the chair of the conference. I'm on the new ITL network board, and I chair programs for our board. And on this call, I'm representing both myself and my co-chair for the content for the conference, and that is Salima Himani, who is just a wonderful co-chair of this content. And we have a team of people that we're working with to put together the content for our conference. So what I hope I can do today is to give you a quick overview of what we're trying to accomplish in this conference, and then to open up for any questions, and I hope that I'll be able to do my very best to answer all your questions. Okay? I'm Sharon Crone. I am a graduate of the Leadership Coaching Certificate Program, Cohort 32. And I'm an executive coach. I'm MCC, and I am based in Chicago. And I coach leaders and do facilitation of workshops around leadership development issues. So I'd like to give you just a quick overview of the conference and maybe add a few details. I hope that you would have received our call for presenters. By the way, there is a chat feature here, so if there's something specific that you'd like to ask, maybe send it out there. I hope we'll be able to get people's questions and you to speak your questions too. So I'll take about maybe 5 minutes to just kind of explain what we're doing here in the conference, and then we'll open it up to questions. Okay, I don't want you to have to listen to me too much. This conference is the very first conference for the new Georgetown ITL network. For those of you who are familiar with Georgetown conferences, we have held conferences, leadership coaching conferences, over the course of a number of years, and we've run a number of very successful conferences. I was fortunate to co-chair our 2014 conference, and those conferences share a lot with the conference that we're planning for May. But there's some very big differences between this conference and those conferences. So the conferences that we ran in the past were leadership coaching conferences, and they were spearheaded from Georgetown's leadership coaching program. This conference shares a lot with those conferences, but there are some important differences. This conference is the very first conference that is being run not out of the Georgetown Leadership Coaching Certificate Program, but out of a new organization that is called the Georgetown ITL Network. And it's a brand new organization, a 501(c)(3) that was built to serve all of the graduates and the faculty of all of Georgetown's certificate programs from the ITL. So that includes the facilitation program and the health and wellness coaching, the polarities, all of those programs, including leadership coaching. So it is not being run out of Georgetown's continuing education group, but rather out of the ITL network, which is brand new and just a few days. It's been in the making for the past couple of years. And one of the important reasons the ITL network was founded was in order to house this conference. Okay, so I wanted to make that distinction. And that distinction is very important because we are looking for presenters from across all disciplines that will be useful and helpful and enriching to graduates of all of these programs. So it is not just a leadership coaching conference. It is a conference that is focused on satisfying the needs and continuing education and personal growth and professional growth for graduates of all programs. We are holding the conference on May 29th through 31st. These workshops that we are looking for presenters for will fall almost entirely on May 30th. That's Thursday, May 30th. So it's that middle day. In fact, what I'm going to do in just a minute is I'm going to share my screen so you can visualize what this looks like. Okay, here's my screen share. Okay, so I have the on the left side, and I know you can't read this, don't worry about it. I want you to just get a visual picture without needing to read the details on the screen. On the left side of my screen, I have the wireframe that shows you where these breakout sessions will fall. And they are all on Thursday, May 30th. There is one set that falls kind of in the morning between 11 and 12:30. That's the first set that we're looking to populate. And then in the afternoon, we have a second set of breakouts that will be in the afternoon from 3:30 to 5 o'clock. So those are will all fall on that day. There is a possibility that we may have some opportunity on Friday, the next day. But basically, that's what I'd like you to look at. I've color-coded this, this chart here to show you that we have a number of tracks that we're planning to run. And I'm showing those tracks on the right side of my screen. They correspond with some of that color coding on the left. But we hope to have 4 tracks. They will be, the overall theme of the conference is Transformational Leadership, Building Healthy Communities. And we're talking about building healthy communities. The way we wrote up the description, and I'll read it to you, these couple of lines. We're living in an era of continuous disruption and witnessing unprecedented level of social and technological revolution. To keep up with this rapid pace of change, we need to cultivate healthy communities which provide the bedrock for transformational individuals, leaders, and organizations that can successfully navigate the chaos and enable our society as a whole to propel positively forward. And that is it. So to propel positively forward. All this, by the way, is in the call for presenters, so you have that. But I just wanted to give you the overview. And with that, we will break our sessions into 4 tracks. The first will be healthy individuals, the second healthy teams, the third healthy leaders, and the fourth healthy organizations. And what we mean by those healthy individuals, in that group, we're looking for personal health. It could be body, mind, or spirit. And we're also putting in that group entrepreneurship. So building good, healthy practices. And that could be business practices. So that's healthy individuals. Second is healthy teams. Here we're looking at lead tools and practices to help build healthy teams, and they could be issues of multicultural, across cultures, global teams, virtual teams, team kinds of work. The third area is about healthy leaders, and this is again leading organizations in a healthy way, leading in a VUCA world, recovering, being resilient. This is about healthy leadership. And then finally, healthy organization, cultivating healthy organizational behaviors, leading through change, being engaged. So this is about organizations. So those are the four tracks. What we're looking for is programs and workshops that will be creative and innovative, present something new, not just the same old, hopefully forward thinking, and understanding that we're going to be appealing to a broad cross section. We know that there'll be folks that will be coming from a leadership coaching perspective. Mm-hmm. We're looking for I think if you think about, we'll be getting a lot of leadership coaching presentation proposals. We want to make sure that we have something that will appeal to everyone. Or not every program has to appeal to every person, but we want to make sure that at any time we have a workshop that will appeal to everyone. One more thing is that we are not only looking for people who have come out of Georgetown's programs, not at all. We would like to be inclusive and broad in the broadest way. I think that's I'm going to stop my sharing so you can concentrate on each other. That's the overview I wanted to present. I don't want to suck up the air. I'd like to give it to you and try to answer your questions. So. Does anyone have any specific questions? Just give me a little, like this hand, and I could see you, and I'll be happy to.
I think we have one question in the chat room.
Okay, let me go there. Thank you. Okay, are non-graduates allowed to attend? Good question. We are opening this program to anyone who has graduated from any of the Georgetown certificate programs, or we are also opening it to current attendees in the certificate programs. But it is not open to people who don't have that ITL connection. Sorry.
And this is also true for the speakers or just for attendees?
No, this is just for the attendees. The speakers, we're open to speakers of all from anywhere. Right? How many presentation workshops are you looking to have? 8. Yes, Alex. Unmute, please.
Yes, there we are. Thank you. I have 2 topics, Sharon, that equally fit. Is it possible to give 2 presentations at the conference? Like, should I submit both of those, or just select one that I most want to do?
I would encourage you to submit both. And I think chances of having 2 slots, I would say that probably won't happen. But I think if you submit 2, then there might be one that would fit where the other one wouldn't. So we're looking for, we're looking for the gestalt to work well. So Good question. I have let me answer a question from one of our chats. Do speakers pay for the conference? No, our speakers will receive 1 attendance at the conference from us. Thank you. Good question. How many times would a speaker do a workshop? Thomas, we are not 100% sure yet. We are going to ask people to be prepared to do the presentation twice. We are not sure. So will they be able to attend other parts of the conference? Absolutely. So if someone is selected as a speaker, you will receive a registration for the entire 3 days of the conference, even though you're speaking for an hour and a half. Will there be CEU coaching credits? There certainly will be. We will figure out exactly what that will be. We have to submit the content to the ICF, and the ICF then evaluates the course and the material covered and awards credits. Any questions from the room before I go back to Alex? Yes, sir.
my presentation, Sharon, would fit 2 topics or tracks. So is there a quota for each track? And if so, should I communicate that to the evaluators in my submission?
Probably each track will probably have 2 sessions, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. But I think, like, as I said, I would encourage you to submit both, because then you have a better chance of maybe having it fit into one or the other.
Great. So to make the submission twice, one going into one track, copy and paste into another, and then change it, put it into the other track that way.
I would do that, yes.
Okay, perfect. That's helpful.
Yes.
And another quick one, if I may.
Sure.
Formatting. It says under format to choose which one. We can only choose one. My presentations typically involve multiple, such as case studies, workshopping, small group discussions, and things like that. Should I choose other and then make that note in there as that qualifier? Because there is a spot for other, and I noted that. And
I would suggest you pick one of the 2 and then make a note, to send a note to us to let us know that you use multiple modalities.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Great. Spring?
Can I ask a question? Hi.
Sure.
I am invited by an ITL graduate to submit a proposal because he's attended my course before. So,
Super.
yeah, so I'm curious how open, I mean, of course, this is a speculation, but because some of my work is very embodiment oriented, experiential engagement. Can you give a sense of how that portion of how people will be open to that?
I think that's gorgeous, and I think our community is very open to trying new things, and I think that would be well received. I think anyone who participates in the Georgetown community can find a very receptive audience.
Okay, all right.
Okay, great, thank you. Oh wait, I've got a few more here. 1 second. Can you share the website address for the proposal submission? Yes. Spring, did you receive the call for presenters?
Yeah, so Chris Miller, the person who referred me, sent me the call for presenter, but I'm not part of your email list. So I don't know if, that's why I asked for the website address, and I got it now. But
you got it?
Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah,
so your question was answered.
Yes.
I took the liberty to share. I hope you don't mind, Sharon.
Thank you, Maria. I appreciate it. Wonderful.
It's hard to facilitate and respond to.
I know. My partner's here, so thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, Kate is asking, will the talks be recorded or live streamed? We are planning to do that, and it's kind of a financial decision. But as soon as we're in the conference mode and people are registering, that's one of our first priorities, to record all of the sessions, and we will plan to have them posted on the ITL network, which will be great for anyone who has been a presenter and can share it more widely. So yes, this is thank you so much, Maria. I appreciate that. When does one hear if the proposal has been accepted? We are planning to make decisions by by middle of March. So that's when people should hear. So we have a date for submissions, which I think is February 14th. Our teams will be reviewing, and we're targeting March 8th, but let's say a few days after that, we should know and let everybody else know. Okay. Other questions? Alex.
Sharon, I was trying to put my submission together, and typically I'm asked for a description of the presentation that is often used in the program at conferences. would that be equivalent to your presentation outline? Is that where I would put sort of like how I describe it? Is that where I'd put that?
Yeah, I think that would be fine. Probably when we get to where we're going to have a nice, you know, fancy brochure and it'll be on the website, we'll probably come back to everyone and ask for maybe a little bit more, maybe a little edited version for marketing purposes. But I think we're looking to, more than for promotional purposes, I think we really want to understand what it is you're planning to do and planning to achieve and what the learning objectives are, your mode of communication, how involved you're going to, how involved the participants in the workshop are going to be. We're looking for interactive kind of involved rather than a lecture.
Yes, and I sense then, Sharon, that the section around describe planned exercises and activities, that's the opportunity to describe and really give you a picture of what that interaction would look like, how we imagine it and convey that, right?
Exactly.
Perfect, thank you.
Great, thank you.
And Sharon, for speaker references, do you prefer clients or attendees? Do you prefer people who sponsored my previous speaking engagements?
Yeah, I think we want to talk to somebody who has experienced you. So whether that's, I mean, somebody who's been in the room, so who gets you, who's like felt the vibe. So if you could share that, that would be the best, I think.
Of course.
Kim, so we shouldn't register for early bird. Very good question. I think it's a good idea to register for early bird. We will figure out how to get back to you if you're one of the selected people. When does one hear? Okay, I answered that. Yeah. Other questions, thoughts, concerns? Anne, what are you most excited about for the conference? Oh my God, this has been a long time coming. And for people who haven't, for people who have been part of the Georgetown community, people are really looking forward to this and have been waiting and asking, when's the conference? When's the next conference? So we're very excited about being able to do this, and we're excited about bringing new people together. We're excited about being inclusive. We're excited about so many things. So there's a lot of really excited anticipation for this. So we're hoping you'll all help us, and we, you know, bring us something new and interesting, and give our attendees something to really be happy about. Good. Thomas.
You answered my questions.
I did? Okay.
Yeah, and it's Alicia Thomas.
Good, okay, terrific.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
So Sharon, I asked you if we have further questions, is that email I posted there, is that a good way to contact you?
Yes, please do. Please do. Yeah. Okay, great. All right. One more call. If there's anyone who has any other questions or concerns, anything you'd like to share, please let us know. Otherwise, please send me an email or a text or something. I'll be happy to get back to you. We would encourage everyone to, whether you're a member of the Georgetown community or not, we please encourage all of you to send your submissions. We'd love to hear from you. Kate, how many people will be attending at large and in each session? Well, we expect around 300 people. And I would say, you know, maybe 75 for each workshop. That you know, is my expectation. I don't know, we may be surprised. This is like I said, the first conference done in this way. So, you know, it's my best guess. Okay. All right. Thank you, great. All right, well, everyone, yes, Spring, one more question.
One more question. What would be the space like? Is it like open or a chair and a board, the classroom type?
We're going to try to service our presenters, their breakout rooms. So we'll try to configure them in a way that meets your needs. The Lansdowne is a beautiful resort hotel. There are individual rooms that can be configured in a number of ways. So we'll try to do our best. Do we need to provide our own workshop materials if we go that route? Posted flip charts, markers. We'll provide some basic things. If you need anything like fancy or complicated, probably not. But I think we could probably do flip charts, an audio and screen system, all that. Yes, I believe, Kim, there will be PowerPoint opportunity. You'll have to bring your own laptop, but each of the rooms is equipped with that. Yeah. Okay. We have another 2 minutes if anybody else has anything else. Otherwise, no.
Thank you so much, Sharon. This was very helpful.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Really appreciate all your participation. And look
Very
forward to
excited.
proposals.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you.
Awesome.